Well, if that doesn't get you in the mood to play, I don't know what will. That's a pretty awesome tune, the Breland Jig. Hope everybody's doing okay. Well, I mean, I think there's only me and you right now, Rose. So you know, I always like to kind of have a little private chat before the actual stream gets going here. Just gonna use this opportunity to see if I can change some settings. Let's see here. How's my music? 30 is good. 30 is good. Maybe we'll go down to 25. Okay, so it's Tuesday, January the 20th, or Tuesday. It's Thursday, January 20th. I'm losing time here. In 2022, and welcome to the stream. Streaming Lord of the Rings Online on the Treebeard server in the mines of Moria. So, what I decided to do with this stream is just maybe play some Moria, play around on this Yellow Guardian, do some exploration, and also to run a couple of these instances that are something other than basically they're solo instances. You don't go in with a group, and I'm wondering if that's, geez, it may just be the song that's loud, but anyway, could just be my settings too. But and just kind of give an idea of what they are, what they're all about. There's 6 of them, so I think we can get started with those. I'm in Moria. I'm in the Dolven View. I'm right in the very first area, the Great Delving. About 15 minutes or so of quests to get to this point. And the server's busy. The server got a boost today, apparently, to alleviate some lag. I've heard complaints that it didn't really work. So now let me just see here. Who is online? Oh, we lost him. Okay, so let's see here. So let's get these going before we get any further. So thanks for joining the stream. For those of you who are here and or who may be watching a replay, thanks for joining. And hope your time with us is off to a good start here. So, okay. So here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do these instances. Now you get stuff for your legendary item here. Let's see here. This is the Legend of Steely Dad. This is my sword, and there's also my belt, Steely's belt. I don't have anything on them, basically because I haven't done much in the way of exploration yet. I think I got my first reforge, though. I think I did that. Level 52. Yeah. Okay. So I do another reforge when I get to level 56. So, okay. Here we go. What exactly we need? Okay, so $1. So, look at this guy, Tyrbjorn. Now that is a fantastic outfit. Look at that. That is right out of Brokeback Mountain. Only he's got a great beard to go along with that, so he disappeared there. But anyway, so let's see. So these instances. Oh, why are there only 2? Oh, my level's probably too low to run them all. I think I have to get to level 55. Well, this will help. So let's start with the training hall.
Welcome. You have come at a most fortuitous.
It is a level 54 instance. Bring an infused garnet. So what you need to get into these instances are 3 little jewels here. There's an infused garnet, infused sapphire, and infused adamants. For the level 54, 56, and 60 versions, I believe, or maybe even 58. I'm not sure if it's 58 or 60. Anyway, so you bring it to them, and then what you get as a reward is a tracery. You get a rare tracery. It's purple, and you get some enhancement runes for your weapon. So right now, this is kind of the main way of. Hey, Adawait, welcome to the stream. Keep in mind, my friend, it is PG in here, but welcome aboard, and thank you for that follow. I kind of missed the following the noise too. Something is going on today with Streamlabs as well, or with Twitch, where we're losing chat. You know, some features of chat. I watched the stream for most of the day, and that's the consensus. So we're gonna run this instance to get these things, and it's repeatable. You can do them once a day. So let's get into that training hall.
Greetings, traveler.
And the training hall. Off we go. So once again, private instance. You just need those gems to enter. Those gems right now.
Forges of the Dwarves lie dormant in Khazad-dûm, awaiting the hands of their masters. One such has been claimed by the orcs of Moria for a training hall. If the forge is to see service again, the orcs must be driven forth.
Alright, so just leaving it to Galadriel to set up here. Let's see here. So, yeah, they are private instances, and you can run them as dailies. Honestly, this one shouldn't be, despite I'm one level under, they are kind of set up to be very, very easy to complete. The spider one I'm a little curious about, though, because it may actually cause me problems. The spider one tends to be laggy, and I think that's the level 61, so I don't think we're gonna run into it on maybe on this stream until I get another level or two. So, but afterwards, the lag. There is lag in that instance. It doesn't really matter what the server is doing. It seems that there's just a set amount of lag. So, okay, whoa, now I got these guys. So let's see here. What do we have? We have these orcs. I think I can just jump around here. So I'm playing this on a Yellow Guardian. I'm traded Yellow. This is my first journey through the game on Yellow Guardian, and let me tell you, I wish I had known about Yellow Guardian all along, because this is fun. So you get a mark like a captain, and the mark seems to be extremely overpowered. So that it's actually extremely easy to defeat people. Now I've noticed that when I don't have the mark on, I tend to take damage, and my attacks are not as viable. So I will say this too: once you have the mark, and if you use an AOE move, I'm just gonna turn this music down just a bit here. I'm getting a little overwhelmed. There we go, that's better. So, if you use the mark, then everything, it places a debuff on them. The debuff here I'm going to focus on. Marked by light. This target is marked and will take additional damage from the Guardian. All non-effect damaging debuffs that are inflicted by the Guardian are permanent. That's by a skill tree. So, I'm just going to let theyese guys hammer away. They're only... Oh, and then the Vigilant Master showed up here. Okay. So what happens is if you hit these recruits, these guys who have the mark on them, there's a chance it can spread to others. Maybe not the best set of names to do this on, with this Taskmaster having to come in and ruining my parade, my mark parade. But I'll show you on this one. So let me take a breath here. Okay, so I'm going to put this mark on, and then I'm going to read out the other debuff, because there's two. So it says, take it to heart, or take to heart is the skill, a toggle skill that will mark your target. While marked, your target will suffer a reduced chance to hit and is susceptible to more potent versions of your debuffs. So if I'm doing this, okay, so it pulls, it acts as a pull. And the other debuff that they have on it is plus 7.5% miss chance from take to heart, and then this marked by light feature. And now this is a Moria aggressive stance thing, so that's what they're doing. So if I use an AoE, okay, there's one. Now let's just focus on another one and see if the mark has passed on. The mark has. So take to heart has now reached all of the orcs. So it's kind of a spread. And what I really find amazing is that how it spreads and how quickly things go down. Like I'm not really tremendously overpowered. Like I don't feel like I am. I'm sword and boarding it, so I'm only using a one-hander. But I played Red Guardian just to try to kind of expedite expedite Slayer deeds, or not Slayer deeds, a skill deed. There's a skill deed that the cooldown is a little quicker on Red Guardian than it is Yellow, and I was shocked to find out that fights took about 5 seconds on the Red Guardian, depending on which skills I had available and which I used. And on the Yellow Guard, that fight would have been over. And I took more damage on a Red Guard than I would on a Yellow. So this Yellow Guardian build for soloing is extremely viable. It's a lot of fun. So we just finished that instance. I kind of talked my way through it here. So you have to go in, you have to kill all the orcs, and then it's kind of a similar, I guess, mechanism for the first 2 tiers. You go in, you kill a bunch of mobs. Maybe you have to do something in there, and then you use this anvil at the end to work on your adamant, and then you get rewards. So you get increased rep, but you get these traceries, like a level 50 rare tracery. And I think these, I'm not sure if these scale, or I don't think they do. I think they're for this, I guess, level area, I guess 50 to 60. So, but anyway, you get runes and you get the tracery, so that's pretty cool. And now that one's on cooldown, so the cooldown expires every I believe it's 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then it resets for the next day. So let's do the Ghost Forge. That one's going to be a little rougher. All the mobs should be orange. This one you need a sapphire for, and it gives you again another tracery and some enhancement runes as a reward. So I should be able to get through this without too much difficulty. And let's see here.
The ancient tomb of a great dwarfsmith of Khazad-dûm is now
Okay,
the site of a
so
terrible evil. A card
looking good, looking good.
has come to forge, and with him many fell spirits. And have put the fires
This is a dark place. I just noticed, kind of looking at the darkness. I mean, I don't really have. I have pretty good settings on my computer. I don't really feel like the game runs too dark. I didn't boost the gamma or any other kind of brightness stat. It seems to be just the way it should for most of it. But this is a dark place. There are some dark places in Moria. I mean, it's meant to be, right? It's supposed to be dark and mysterious, and so I think what we'll do is, so I'm just blasting through these dark spirits here. Another thing that's nice about these particular instances, now the last one was orcs, okay, so the orcs are pretty easy to deed in Moria, or basically the second half of Moria. Look at this tunnel, you know, you're walking down this tunnel, it's lit by glowing crystal. The second half of Moria has a lot of orcs, but the first half is a little shy. It's more about the goblins in the first half. And but these accursed armors are not deed mobs, so that's something a little different. So I'm hoping that my chat is working. Just letting you guys, you know, no one said anything yet. Not even Rose. I'm wondering if it's part of the stream process, like if this is part of what's going on with Twitch. I'll call out to my mod here, Rose. If you can, Rose, try to send me a chat. And if it's not working, send me a message on Discord, just so I might have to... Oh, Critic! Welcome to the chat. Alright, okay, you've alleviated my fears, my friend. So, welcome aboard, and thank you very much for helping me out with that. It's like that joke, right? You know, like, well, I won't get into it, but the punchline is, well, I didn't want to interrupt you. It's kind of an old, like, husband-wife type of joke, so. So let's see here. So destroy the accursed armors. Yeah, so what I was getting to about the orcs, that was almost an unfinished tale. Big surprise in this stream. So the orcs are one deed, but you can also deed Merivale in here, which are another Moria deed. You can deed spiders, which is yet another Moria deed. And I can't remember what other mobs there are. I know there's another one involving orcs. They're a little more advanced. That's the one from the Forge. And, hey, Kefir? Is it Kaifir? Kefir? Anyway, I hope I got it right. I do pride myself on attempting to get names right here. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. Playing a little Mines of Moria on the Treebeard server. So it's the legendary server with the level 60 cap. So a lot of things being done on level here. Of course, it's on level with the new skills, so it's a little bit different from the first time everybody went through these mines, where The mines were a rough place, let me tell you. You were a lot weaker back then, it seemed. Alright, there's a car ghoul. No relation to the old truck ghoul. I don't know if he's going to go back and forth there. And that was a really bad pun. I probably would have been timed out in another stream for that. But, so we are doing the instances that grant the legendary weapons. I should have used this skill before they disappeared. My bad. And let's see. Victor! Victor, my friend, how you doing, buddy? Hope everything's going well with you. Thank you very much for the raidie. Hope you guys are having a good day. Oh, I may have just pulled the farm here. Alright, so let's see how well this mark works. So I'm going to use this. I'm going to use a little AoE. I'm going to use another little AoE. Wow, this is... So I got to tell you, like, you know, that's a kind of a mob that's 4 levels above me. I'm good. How you doing? I'm doing all right. Doing all right. Feeling much better. Had the COVID. I'm sure you heard about that. So I'm feeling much better after that. And I did a stream on Tuesday night, and I felt like my throat was getting a little sore. So I'm really I'm happy that you know, like, I gave myself a couple of days, and I feel a lot better. So. Alright, so we just completed this one. So, this mark, this yellow guardian thing, I mean, those are orange mobs 4 levels above me, and they kind of went down like a hot knife through butter, you know, so... Alright. So that's another one. So after all of these, you got to go back to the person who gave it to you in the Dolven view. And then you get your tracery, level 50 tracery. Alright, so I think I gained something. Oh, here we go. Mithril slaves. What is the Mithril slaves? Orcs. Okay. Oh, this is the orcs and goblins one. Okay, so let's do this one. So another tracery rare and an enhancement rune rare. So we can do this. Alright, so let's see. Mithril slaves, travel map. So these again are little instances that you find just inside the first area of Moria. They are soloable, which is, I believe, why you're getting a I'm still here just warming up supper. Yep, no problem, Rose Garden. I know Swimmeroo's in the middle of dinner as well, so he's gonna join us after. So these but thanks everybody for being here. I appreciate that. And you know, it is a Thursday. Let's see here. So we're one day closer to the weekend. Excitement is starting to build. Yeah, so as far as this build goes, like I said, I'm kind of I don't want to say like I'm sounding overconfident, but it really does seem like it's overpowered, you know. Let's see here. Okay, we gotta get up there. Hey, Pimp! Hey, my son! So yesterday when we do a lot of things with our kinship. That's kind of one thing that's up on the agenda here. So let's get into that. But Pimp, welcome to the chat. How you doing? Hopefully you're having a good time. Always looking for a good time. So yesterday, like, so I'm in this new kin, and well, it's not really new. It's, you know, I've been here for a little while now, but the kinship is relatively new, and we do a lot of fun stuff. So one of the things that we do is we go around to we do Slayer deeds together. And hey, Pimp, thanks for the follow, buddy. I appreciate that. I wouldn't expect anything less from my in-game's adopted son. So I really appreciate the follow. So, Pimp was, I guess they were out deeding in Arid Luin, and the kinship likes to get together and do things every day. And then, inevitably, almost every day, we go and we celebrate at the Boar Fountain in Bree, and have a party, and recruit, and send blind invites, and, you know, all that fun stuff. So, Oh, no problem, Pimp. You made up for it today. That's great. I appreciate that. So yesterday in the celebrations, Pimp's character really wanted me to adopt them. So one of the funny things in Lotro is you can actually create like a legacy, and you could adopt people, and then you know, they can have something. So you can actually be like 10. I believe it goes 10 generations of people that you can add to your, you know, kind of adopted family sort of thing. So you can have grandsons, great grandsons, the whole kit and caboodle, which is kind of funny if you use dwarves, you know, because it seems like dwarves have a lot of family ties and relatives, you know, like Bori, son of Bosi, son of you know, Oin the Renowned or whatnot. So it's kind of a funny mechanic. And we just slaughtered that guy. Jeez, this instance is so quick. That only took like 5 minutes. That's my wee lad Gimli. Yes. So so anyway, so we were messing around with the board fountain, and Pimp's character wanted me to adopt him, so I did. So it's just this is such a fun kin. I just want to talk about this kin for a moment. And I, you know, like, so I was in another kin, I guess is where I'm gonna start. And I was in a great kin. I will not have any. I don't have anything bad to say about my old kinship. Just a case of, you know, like there was just one person who was kind of offended by me being there, just having a little bit of knowledge of the game in the instances where I think they prided themselves on being kind of top dog. So, you know, I gracefully bowed out of that rat race because I'm really not like a part of it. So here are the Merivales, by the way. We're into the next instance. So I joined the Flatulent Flautist, which is my friend and co-streamer Manbear J's kin. He is the kin leader. He founded it. We are now a rank. I think we're rank 6. Rank 6. What are we here? Where's Kid? Swimmer the Roo! Thank you very much for the host, son. So there's the... What is going on with that one? That chicken just ran right across... Why did the chicken run across my screen? I'm not really sure. Maybe she was trying to escape. Anyway, and this kin is amazing. It's just like, there's no pressure. There's no like, you have to do this or you have to do that. You know, you just have to... There's just fun. It's just pure fun. So I really appreciate being here. So basically, I was kind of promoting the kin. Not even, I was just doing regional posts, and I was saying, Poeminator, is Guardian difficult to learn for tanking? Not really Poeminator, but it's more like they give you specific skills, and I'll actually give you a demonstration right now. Thanks for that great question. But once you see the skills, like once you acquire them, and most of them are acquired just by leveling, there are different kind of trait lines. But so this is one skill here. This is the skill called Engage. Now I'm traded yellow, so it works a little bit different. But this skill draws enemy threat, making you the target's most threatening opponent. So if I'm getting into a boss fight, normally what I'll do is I'll range pull them with this skill, and then I'll use this skill. Now I've got threats, and I'm not likely to let go for at least 15 seconds. So it really is kind of a good builder skill. I'm just gonna try not to die here. I have not died yet on this. I'm playing at Deadly, and I have not died. I'm level 53. I'm still going. Okay, so the next skill is called Fray the Edge. And well, look at who it is. Look who it is. There's the big kin leader himself, Manbear J. Welcome to the stream, my friend. We were just talking about the Flautist, and I'm just talking about tanking on the Guardians here. So So Fray the Edge is another taunt. It taunts the enemy into lowering its defenses, increasing the chances of a fellowship maneuver. It also builds threat. These skills build a little more threat depending on which line you're in, actually. So blue line is... I do go blue when I'm tanking. I just like the fortifications, and I like not getting killed right away, because we had a yellow guardian tanking when we were doing tier 2 things on another server, and they had to switch to blue, and I'm taking that lesson. So you have much more durability in blue. So Fray the Edge is a ranged taunt, so if I use Fray the Edge, and then I use Engage, this guy ain't, or this lass ain't going anywhere for 15 seconds. So that's 2 skills. I'll show you the third in a second. The third is kind of a cheat. It's just a temporary aggro grabber. So I'm threat grabber, I guess, depending on which kind of game you're coming from. But, oh, that silly Maribel. Okay. So, I'm just going to wait until I get another group of them here so I can demonstrate. So this skill here, the Lion, is called Challenge. It's got a max targets of 7. It's a close range skill. It lasts for 5 seconds, and it forces them to attack you. So if you kind of combine this with this, and then Challenge, you can see the red going above their head. That basically means they're targeted on you. They control aggro on you. So that there you have it. That's what I can basically do in yellow. There's another skill, Whirling Retaliation. If you're traded in a different trait line, that will actually draw aggro as well. And there's also a skill after Shield Swipe in another trait line as well. So Shield Swipe is you take your shield and you just go back and forth with it, and it's a damaging skill. But when you're traded blue, you get another taunt. And the taunt is basically like you're banging your weapon on your shield, and that's yet another taunt. So it's really not too difficult to build aggro, especially if you're traded properly in Lotro. This skill, Vexing Blow, I believe when you're traded blue line, which is the tanking guardian, it also has a threat generation on it. So there's a lot of different ways. So it's mostly 5 skills, yeah, and it is somewhat straightforward. And another little trick that I use you try to teach kind of when I'm helping out a first-time guardian or another guard is when you grab an enemy, especially if you're in a group. I don't know if I'm going to get one here. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate my kind of tactic here. I'm going to get these guys. Now, say if I'm in front of my fellowship. So I'm going to pull this guy, and then I'm going to turn him around. So always get on the opposite side of your fellowship so that the mob's back, or like if you're facing a raid boss, the boss's back is to the group. That does 2 things. One, the block, parry, and evade ratings that all mobs get are diminished when their backs are turned. Like the stats kind of go down. So that's one thing. The other is that a lot of times these bosses have big frontal AoEs, and you really want their back turned to your group so your group doesn't suffer. So if you use your skill, you grab them all, and then they're all focused on you, they're all facing on you. Your fellowship can just kind of, pick them off one by one. So a couple of little tips for the aspiring guardian. Yeah, so I'm glad you asked that question. I always like to geek out and talk guard. So guard used to be my main class. I used to main guardians for, I believe, probably my first 5 or 6 years of the game. I think until we got to Rohan, and then the class basically wasn't needed anymore. Like there's not a whole lot in Rohan that's required. So might re-roll my level 6 Stout Out Guard to Human. So I want to try Stout Axe Guard, but I never played a tank before in any MMO. This has a really generous learning curve because of your automatic pulls. Like there's, I'll give you an example. We were playing New World today. Me, Manbear J, and another friend, Milch. He's a moderator in J's stream. And we were doing a quest which required us to do a major boss kill. Now, I've got a tank build in that game, too. I've got, like, a sword and board build. And there are certain skills that generate threat. But I don't know if Like, it just seemed like, you know, I would be able to grab threat if I ran in, got them first, and then kind of maintained it, because they tend to focus on whoever hits them first. But I noticed that when they were DPSing and doing their pulls first, like especially Milch had a gun, so he's just blasting like a psycho with a gun, and so he's pulling them himself. And I had a tough time pulling aggro off of the gun. So a little bit of a different balance there. You don't have those, holy crap, I need threat skills on that game that automatically makes you the most threatening target like you do here. So as far as racial and how do you decide how many mobs you pull? So that's a really good question, and it's something that you learn with experience. So I'll give you 2 examples. If you're doing a boss battle, of course, there's just the one mob, okay? If you're just kind of on your way to a boss, normally Lotro will stack enemies in groups of 2 or 3. Like, there'll be 2 archers surrounded by, surrounding, like, an orc who does heals and whatnot. So, I'll go right up and I'll challenge all 3 of them, turn them around, and then just start kind of building aggro with the shield taunts, because that's a group shield taunt, etc. And normally the group may pull one off me just by the sheer amount of DPS that they're doing, but as long as you can grab them right away, it does give you a few seconds to kind of build aggro. Now there is basically, if you have a healer in your party, it's just basically, you know, your tank tanks, your healer heals the tank, and the DPS just plays it smart and attacks the target that everybody chooses. So there's a really good tanking instance that's kind of like, I would recommend it as a training instance. It's called Halls of Crafting in Moria, and basically the reason why I say that is there's usually groups of about 5 or 6. So I just run in, yell, turn them around, wait for the DPS to do their job, just trying to hold threat. And that rinse and repeat throughout several fights. So it really trains you well on, like, you know, how to build your threat, how to hold it. So it's a really good training instance. And if you have a decent healer, you're not going to get torpedoed or anything, so you'll be able to survive. So anyway, guys, there's enough people in the stream. Good old Steely, how's it going? How's it going, Billy? You've arrived just in time, as usual. So I'm gonna hit you guys with my first stream riddle. We do these riddles here every now and then, and we have a good amount of folks. So let me hit you with this one. This is the first riddle of the day. You guys haven't missed anything. So here it is. Thousands lay up gold within this house, but no man made it. Spears past counting guard this house, but no man wards it. What is it? It's the catfish. Yes, it's Mr. Billy, the legend of Catfish Bill, and my my company co-company associate in New World. So Billy, me, Jay, Milch, and I'm missing someone. Yeah, yes, Rose Garden, and yes, so both of you, a honeycomb, beehive, yes, all those answers are correct. So, is Gondo there? I think Gondaman's there as well. Anyway, that's what I meant. Yes, so yes, you guys got the riddle, but I would have thought that would have stumped you a little bit more than it did. You guys were quick on that, So let's see here. I can't do the last. Oh man, I won't even say. I wouldn't say what's going on in Kin Chat right now, but let's just say the flautists are having fun. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, you got a bunch of smarty pantses. I'll hit you with another one before I kind of move on here. Oh, this is a cute one. It's kind of a. I don't even think you're. I didn't think you were joking. I just don't want to go in there. So okay, so here's the riddle. Riddle number 2. This one's a tough one. You might get it, but you might not. Okay, no head has he, but he wears a hat. No feet has he, but he stands up straight. On him, perhaps a fairy. Oh my goodness, a fairy sat weaving a spell one evening late. Oh my goodness, maybe this is kind of an. It's not an inappropriate riddle, but it if you have an innuendos, then maybe this isn't the best one. I'll move on. You know what? I'll move on. Okay. Let's forget about wearing hats or stands up straight. fairy sitting, weaving a spell one evening late? The answer, no. Kaifir, no, the answer is not. I only know the answer because I've heard it. Okay, go for it, critic. You earn those, earn that riddle master point. Hey, what is going on here? Manbear J gifted a tier 1 sub to Catfish. A toadstool, yes. That's what it is. Fantastic. And I'm glad we're over that riddle. And thank you, Jay. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Gifting a sub to Billy. You know what? I'll tell you this. That's a really nice gesture. And I will tell you why. Billy has gifted so many subs on Manbear J's stream. So many. It's like the most donations, and he donates a sub every time someone rolls a specific number in the kin chat or in the stream chat. And now it's really nice that Jay is able to kind of return the favor and gift the sub to Billy. That's like that's kind of a really cool thing. I like that. So okay, one more. What has everything inside it? Everything you can imagine, even God, wind, world, sky, heaven, earth, and everything that comes into your mind. What has everything inside it? No, Manbear J, no. That is not the correct answer. That is not Mary Poppins. Mary Poppins is not the Mary Poppins bag is not the correct answer either. But that's a good guess. Ooh, I got a stumper here. This is good. Okay, repeat. Sure. What has everything inside it? Everything you can imagine, even God, wind, world, sky, heaven, earth, and everything that comes to your mind. Manbear J. It is the alphabet. It surely is. It has everything in it. The alphabet is the correct answer. Well done. So, let's see here. Language, alphabet, same thing. Pretty much. He just got beat to the punch, except those damn weird German. Yes. You know, one thing, it's kind of... So, I like this time for streaming. I really do. This kind of like 5 to 8 period. Oh, Pulminator. That's what I was getting to, and I didn't actually finish the story. Imagine that, an unfinished tale. I like this stream time because, you know, like it's a nice time for me. It gives me a couple hours to do this before my significant other comes home. She works till 8. And it's also just a fun time, and I don't interfere with anybody else's kind of streams. It seems I've got this time period almost to myself. But I do miss out on a few people who are in like UK time and overseas who are, you know, up way past my usual bedtime, maybe, or their bedtime if they have to get up really early in the morning. So you do miss some stuff. Okay, so let's see here. I'm going to do these quests, and I'm going to answer this question. So is race important for the Guardian class? Let me tell you this. I have played all of the races. Well, I lie. I never played the High Elf Guardian, but that's just a broken race anyway. But and I don't want to hear Wingardium Leviosa every time I do a taunt. So that's one thing. But let's run them down. So basically, the races are almost an indifferent thing. Like it really doesn't matter a whole lot what race you pick. You'll still get the same Guardian skills, but some races do make a difference. And I'll give a couple of examples. So let's start with Hobbits. Do you want to roll a Hobbit Guardian? My answer would be no. And the reason for that is I've had a Hobbit Guardian. His name was Buck, and he's on the Crick Hollow server. He's still there. I think he's trapped at level 85 forever. So Buck was my Hobbit Guardian. Just decided to, you know, more RP it than anything else. And so the Buck's racial skill as a Hobbit was a flop. Basically, like, you know, you flop on the ground, play dead, and then everything drops thread off of you. Well, imagine if you're, you know, doing a raid or an instance, and you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna die, let's just flop. Well, then that kind of leaves your raid to pick up, or you know, instance people to pick up everything that you've just dropped as far as aggro goes. So, I would argue that Hobbit Minstrels are very valuable. because they want to drop threat if they discover if I guess the enemies discover that they want to that they want to attack the healer, then the healer can flop if you're a hobbit. So that's where the flop comes in handy. Also comes in handy with hunters. You know, if you're pulling too much DPS, use that hobbit flop. So, Liren 1986 is raiding with a party of 10. Fantastic. Thank you very much, Liren. And Frent, thank you very much. Welcome in. Appreciate it. We're just talking. Anubis, welcome. And thank you very much for that raid. I really appreciate it. We're just playing a little Lotro. Just talking about racial differences for the Guardian class. And hello, yes, thank you very much. Welcome. And thank you community for welcoming the raiders as well. I appreciate that. So we just got to talking about and oh, actually, I wanted to ask you, Liren, were you playing Lord of the Rings online, or were you playing perhaps another game? And let's see here, Swimmer the Roo. So Lotro also on Treebeard. Okay, all right. Well, thank you, and welcome to the neighborhood. I usually gush over how good the Treebeard community is, and this is yet another example. There's a lot of support in the Treebeard community, and Osirian, thanks. Yeah, right on, and welcome to the stream. We got a lot of first-time chats, folks. That's awesome. Feel free, feel welcome, and chat to your heart's content here. We're just kind of nerding out, playing some Mines of Moria content and answering questions. So, yeah. So thanks for the raid and thanks for joining with your viewers. That's very kind. I appreciate kindness. I really do. So okay. So before I make this an unfinished tale, which is kind of my MO on this MMO. I just want to get back. So hobbits are done. Let's talk about elves. Okay, let's talk about regular elves because there were elves before there were high elves. So I will say that elves have a racial trait that increases their parry rating by 50% for 10 seconds. That skill has saved my bacon in certain situations, and I would actually say that, you know, it's one of the better advantages. Just because you're in a raid and, you know, like as a guardian you have a lot of holy crap buttons, right? Like if I'm getting killed, I can take a breath here, or I can use this skill, Warrior's Heart. There's another skill that's available in blue in blue mode that I think it's something like Great Fortitude, where it gives you block, parry, and evade rating boost and some things. So those are all good skills. But then you want to have something kind of up your sleeve just in case, you know, like you're the last one alive, you have like 1,000 left on the monster, and you're just about to die. You know, you hit that skill, it can save your raid, and you can save your raid's bacon as well as your own. So that's a good one. So that's what the elves get. So an elf guardian, salt. Dwarves. Okay, I'm not talking about stout axes. I only have one stout axe, and I only played him to level 40, and it was a hunter, and I can't really remember. Should I go up to the lonely span while I'm here? Maybe I will. Can I get there from here? There it is. Okay, I'm just gonna go down these steps. Okay, so let's go to dwarves. So dwarves have this skill, I believe it's called like dwarf fortitude or whatnot. And it's another racial skill, and it's 10 seconds with a 90% block, parry, and evade rating. So basically it's like 10 seconds of almost invincibility. Well, look at this, I found my last book page. Nice. I was missing one page from one book, and I just found it in Moria. Awesome. Quest item. Oh no, I forgot to do that quest. Alright, I'm going to go back and kill the lieutenant real quick. So dwarves, definitely a good pick. That skill on my dwarf champion, back in the day when I used to play Dol Guldur's Sameth Ghoul quest. I guess the nickname for it is SG. That saved our fight a couple of times versus Gorathul, where the raid basically wiped, but my dwarf champ was able to get back to the fight. He was able to finish the fight. Sorry, I just got distracted by something not shiny, but let's see here. So I know made fries in class. All right. Oh yeah, that's right. I got that picture of the swim roof for that. So those are 3 of the 4 original races. Then you've got Race of Man, and a lot of people like Race of Man for one really good reason, and that it boosts the maximum capacity of incoming healing. Men are easily healed. Let me just see if I can find this. I think it's a passive stat right at the bottom. Where does it say here? Race of Man. Loot use. Breland. Man, you have a lot of crap here, eh? Well, look at this. They're strong men. So you get a boost to 15 might, which is kind of negligible after a while. Gift of Men. So you get more fate. That's also a good boost. Easily inspired. So plus 5% incoming healing. That just gives you a generic 5% like easier, I guess, incoming healing. You're easier to be healed. And incoming healing is also important on a guard if you're doing instances. Some people carry extra armor pieces that have incoming healing on them. Just because then you get, you do get like a legitimate boost, and you can keep boosting it as well. So the other thing that you get is a Race of Man that I don't have yet. It's gonna go in this slot right here. Is hey Val, hey, I missed. Oh, all these people followed and I missed it. You know, I really wish my notifications were louder. But Val, Anubis, and Frent, thank you all for your follows. I really do appreciate those. That's so awesome. Val, my kinmate, my fellow flatulent flautist, it's great to have you here. Totally exciting. And yeah, I really appreciate that, guys. I started this little stream as just kind of, to put it out to my family. I just basically said, like, I have things to say about this game. I like to talk, like I like to teach. I've always been kind of a natural teacher and coach, and I actually am a teacher. As well, that is a career I have pursued, and I'm actually upgrading my education to go and do it at a different level. So I have a lot to say, and I love Lotro, love the game, love the lore, love the movies, and anything Lotro. I mean, it's just me. It's my jam, and it's been so for many years, and so I decided to start the stream, never thinking that, anybody would be interested except other than, maybe my family or whatnot. But this is so cool. I'm still very much a noob. I think this is like, I don't think I've even streamed 20 times yet. So there's not a whole lot going on as far as channel points or anything. But I'm really glad you guys are here and supporting and enjoying the stream. I hope everybody. My goal is for someone to learn something new every stream. That's kind of a reasonable goal. So. Anyway, so back to the topic of races. So then you've got the 2 new races. That's awesome, Val. I appreciate that. I love to nerd out anytime anybody talks about Lotro. So, Rose Garden, my Twitter's pretty lonely. Not gonna lie, I don't really pay too much attention to it. However, the YouTube channel is a good link, because if you like this stream and you follow it and you want to catch old streams and maybe learn some stuff from them, or you just want to have me on in the background, then by all means check out that YouTube channel. I think I've uploaded every stream that I have on Twitch to that channel. So, and they're not very long. As I was kind of talking about to Basila, my significant other and such, it's just basically like watching a movie. I usually stream for about 2.5 hours. So, I really appreciate when folks join, and hopefully they get something out of it. And I do have a full-time job, so it's kind of a wonderful hobby that I'm really enjoying. So, all right, so yeah, back to the racial chat. So then you've got the Stout Axe race. I'm not really sure. I've heard good things as far as racial bonuses. I've heard One stream was an extended edition. Yes, I did it like a 7-hour stream. I don't know how my friend Jay does it. He's a beast. Well, he's a man bear. So I'm in, but maybe you have to have a little bit of animal in you to get these streams going. But man, I would definitely, if we can give him a shout out too, Rose. You know, he's done more than his fair share to help this little stream grow, and also our kin grow and enjoy the game. So let's see here. No one who is completely safe. Oh, buddy. So, okay, so the Stout Axe. So I'm not really sure. I don't really have good advice for them. I know I used to like the Dwarf 10 seconds of invulnerability. I don't even know if I'm going the right way here. I've got everything. Oh no, I need to clear one more rubble. Where's the last rubble? Alright, up there. And there isn't everybody else. Yes. So now that brings us to the High Elves. So I think the funniest thing about the High Elves is they get a resurrection. They get a res skill. So I mean, there's nothing like getting rezzed by a guardian. You know, here's your tank. You know, maybe I always picture it as if, you know, they pick you up and kind of like tough love shake you and slap you and everything. So and yeah, so there's nothing like having one of those. And I think the High Elves get so many bonuses, and they just look cool, and they get the Wingardium Leviosa chance and all that stuff. So yeah, battle medicine. It's tough love from those elves. So they might be a good choice as well. But I would say that basically, I used to go. Which one is my favorite? Okay, so I had a Hobbit Guardian named Buck. I had a Dwarf Guardian named Beardian. I had an Elf Guardian named Anishinaabe, which is a tribute to, like, a cultural tribute. And then I have my race of man, Steely Dad, and I've had another race of man Guardian. And I honestly, which is my favorite? That dwarf was tough to kill. I will say that Beardian dwarf was tough to kill. But I really like, I really am getting a kick out of this Guardian here. I usually name my people after kind of like lore appropriate names, so this is the first time I name them just after kind of like my stream title, but it's pretty cool. Okay, let's see here. Gotta do some turn-ins. Oh, I suppose I have to go turn into that guy too. So I would just say, like, you know, if a race is kind of cosmetic, I really like the looks of the Stout Axe. I will pick him, I guess. Learned a lot already. Thanks. Yeah, that was a good rant. That was a good rant. You know, I tend to go on kind of extended rants if the question is like near and dear to me. So I like talking. What is this beautiful Jay? Not much can take down a Dwarf Guardian. Indeed, Baruch Kassad. And the axes of the dwarves are upon you. Kassad I menu. Let's see here. Tell Wigfast of the presence. I'm gonna do that here. I want to talk to Wig. Do some turn-ins. I'm gonna try to let's see here. We've got medium armor. I'll take Slagby's hat. That's a silly looking hat. Oh, it's wait, no, this is the feather. This is the plume hat. It's like Three Musketeers style. Rosegarden likes that hat for a minstrel. So yeah, so I would say that dwarf has a place near and dear to the heart, and I'd like to see how a Stout Axe Guardian, you know, works for people. So Pominator, what server do you play on? Do you play on Treebeard as well, or do you play on one of the I guess the mainstream servers? Live servers, I guess they're referred to as. Less hairy version barbecue grill. Oh my goodness, what is going on here? This is Jay rolled an. I love this. He's a recruit in his own kin. I'm on Evernight, but I can make a new character on Treebeard. Well, if you do, we have this little kin here called the Flatulent Floatists. I'm gonna, you know, this is how kind of like random things are in here. We actually, I'm gonna promote the kin leader. I'm gonna promote his ult. So beautiful Jay is now actually a kinsman. well, congratulations on your promotion. So please, we need more meat. Finally, we need more meat for the grinder here. So feel free to join us. You know, it's also a really fun kin to promote. I mean, I do kind of these weird promotions every day. I try to make them different, and it seems to be working. Today I put out a promotion, and I actually got like two recruits from chat, and I got some compliments in world chat about the promo as well. So that's it's neat stuff. It's a lot of fun. We're just about having fun here, honestly. Like, I'm talking all this stuff about, like, you know, like, because it's informational and because you asked the question, like, you know, I love these questions, and I like talking strategies, and I like talking skills and everything. I'm gonna start my guard on Treebeard right on during the stream. You let me know when you get out of that intro, and I'll pump you that kin invite. No problem at all. So but like, seriously, our kinship kind of prides itself on just like, hey man, we do what we want. It's a fun stream. There's hardly anybody who says, you know, you need to do this, you need to do that. You just kind of like, and if you need something, you just go ahead and ask. And we like to do events every day. If it's possible, every day we'll get something going. We'll get some kind of deeds going. Oh boy, I stepped into it. Oh boy, did I ever step into this? And that's a lot of fun too. Not a lot of kins do things every single day, especially like or burn the checkwood. There's well, yes, but oh boy, I don't want to die. All right, there we go. There's a holy crap skill on my guard. Just hit the button. And I didn't. That's why I didn't put this mark on. So he's doing a whole lot of damage on me here. And he's got a corruption. So I'm kind of giving strategies about that. But I mean, I don't press my views on anyone, and I don't tell them what they should be doing or how to play their class. That's something that, you know, I've been there. I've done that. I've run. I should say, you know, like I'm not really a new player to, like, you know, like putting together a kinship. You know, I've been. I guess I ran one of the top kinships on the Dwarves server when that server came on. We had a lot of active people. We were known as a kin that got the raids done. We were kind of an adults-only kin. So it was like, you know, a mature place where, you know, you didn't have to worry about offending anybody who was playing with their children. Now I'm kind of in the other boat where I'm worried about my child being offended. So it's a little bit different. But I did run that kin, and it was a lot of fun. But I've been through the raid grind. I've been through, you know, the kinship grind, and you know, I know, you know, about kins. Some kins need that iron fist that you've got to govern them with. And other kins are totally different. They're social kins. So, what the source of the echo? Okay, now we're going over here. So this kin is just wonderful. It is just a collection of legends who just enjoy having fun, partying it up, getting stuff done, and you know, just being part of like a really totally fun kinship. So. Yep, Jay. I'm not going to mention any names. I'm not going to do it. So where are we? We're time for Riddle. That's where we are. I'm on this runaround thing. I don't even know why I'm running around. Like maybe I'm playing too much New World where I'm just running everywhere. But I do have a boar. Maybe I'll pick this up first. Anyway, all right. Nobody's around except for this giant crack to nowhere. So let's have a riddle, folks. Let's have another one. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, this one is more modern, so just kind of know that it's not Lotro, like high fantasy. It's kind of a more modern riddle. So, I am made from an animal, although you nickname me after a different one. You can't eat me, you can only hold me, and once a year a festival is erected in my honor. What am I? I am made from an animal, although you nickname me after a different one. You can't eat me, you can only hold me, and once a year a festival is, I guess, held in my honor would be better than erected, but no. So let's see. Sorry, Rose Garden. No, the answer is not a child here. I raided a lot when I was younger, but when raiding gets like a second job, then you got to think things again. That's why I like this mellow going we have. Yeah, yeah. And you know what? I've been there. I've sat through those raids that are like 6 hours, you know, straight of just working through an instance, figuring out what works, figuring out what isn't, wiping, you know, and everyone's a learning experience and whatever. So, you know, I've been through that, and I just don't want to go through it again. I already have 2 level 60s on this character, on this server. I have a burglar and a champion, and they're kinless right now because I left the kin that I was in. But I don't even know if I want to put them in another kinship. You know, like if I get the urge to raid, maybe. But I mean, we can run instances here, and that's just fine. I've been there. I've kind of done that, and you know, I'm not butthurt if I'm not like getting titles or fancy deeds done. So I was a kin leader before on Eldar server, and now I just want to. Yeah, you know what I mean, Val. We have a lot in common here. That's cool. I'm glad we're in the same kin. So let me pick up this rucksack. So let me read that riddle out for you all again. Let's see if anyone can get this. This appears to be a stumper. So I'll slow it down this time. I'm made from an animal. I'm made from an animal. Although you nickname me after a different one. My clue would be the nickname is after an animal that the I guess it's an item. Is not made from. It's made from a different animal, but you nickname me after a different one. You can't eat me. You can only hold me. And once a year, a festival is held in my honor. What am I? And I will give this a hint. I'll give you another hint on this one after. Do I have to go anywhere? Find the first objective of the journal. Throw levers. Do I have to read it again? I do. Okay. Okay, find the ancient tome. I know how to do these. I know what I'm doing. Yes. Yeah, another thing too, Val, is you know, I do appreciate our kin in that, like, you know, nobody's kind of telling anybody what they should be doing or what they should be working on. If someone asks, I'll give them advice, but I mean, advice is only as good as if it's taken or not, and it's only as good as the giver, because there's so many different play styles, right? So, and one thing I detest is I detest being told what I should be doing. I think there's a stigma, and I was going to talk about this, and I've got a couple of other topics that I was going to talk about too. But there's a stigma around the legendary servers sometimes, especially if you're playing in like a big kin, where a lot of people come over from other servers. I'm one of them. You know, I was on a full-blown server. My highest character is, I think, level 115. But there's a stigma that like people who play on the server know nothing. You know, they're kind of stuck here. They don't know what they should be prepping. They don't know what they should be doing. You know, like they're just like basically, you know, like they can't move anywhere without stepping on a banana peel and like wiping out and going through a coffee table or something. You know, like it's, and I really don't like. I wonder if that tome is actually in there. I think I grabbed the wrong one. And I don't really like that aspect of it. I've kind of been disturbed by it, and I think that's what happened with my other kin. Is we just had a guy who, you know, like they have max level characters on other servers. They come to Treebeard, you know, for whatever purpose that they want to play the game with, and you know, like if you just want to be nostalgic, that's fine. Some people just come, they level up to the next level, and then they go back to the live servers, and that's fine. But like, I know my way around. You know, I know my way around pretty well until I reach Gondor, and then it starts to get a little fuzzy. And if that's the case, then I need, you know, if I need help, I need help. But it's, you know, I just don't like being told, you know, you should be doing this and you should be doing that, because I just feel like it's a little it's almost like that you want to be a big fish in a small pond, you know, like coming back, it's like, I know everything, I will tell you what to do because you know nothing. You know, that sort of thing. That just doesn't it doesn't fly with me. So, and So that's one thing that I really enjoy about playing on this server and playing on this kin, like, is that there's kind of no one who does that. We're just all about having fun. And honestly, like, there's a high percentage of people who I guess I don't know actually if it would be equal 50-50, but there's a lot of new players, and then there's a lot of players like me who have played on other servers and who comes up, and they're not actually helping on it. I'd rather have fun and do the wrong things. Yeah, and then you learn, right? I'll give you a great story. Actually, I got a good story online, and I'm going to share it. It came from a friend of mine this morning. Oh, look who just came on, the big man. The big man, Bear J, just came online. He's live in kin. Large and in charge. Okay, so I have a friend who I played with on this server, and we reconnected after not really chatting for maybe about 6 or 7 years, maybe 5 or 6, I'm not sure. Anyway, we reconnected on this server, and he was part of Dances with Ents. Character's name was Threndanir, and really super guy. He streams as well. And he's got such a mellow voice. He's such a, he's got so much experience. He's got the same amount of experience as I do, and he just likes, like, he loves doing instances. He likes to like grind and improve his characters, and he takes a lot of pride in his characters. And herein, that's one of the things that I wanted to talk about in this stream as well. A couple of virtues that I consider, to be valuable. Anyway, he was telling me that his kin just got together and did Dar Nargabit, like the level 60 Lothlorien raid, and he told me they had trouble. And then I said, well, like, they're lucky to have you. Like, they have a good guardian there. He knows the class. He knows how to work. But then he was like, yeah, thank you for the compliments, because sometimes I feel humbled. Had a couple of incidents happen. I guess he had one incident where someone had told him don't stand too close to the edge or whatever in one of the fights, and he actually got blown over the edge, and like I think the raid probably wiped because they had their guardian. And I mean, like, that's just, Jay, that's what I'm talking about. You just make mistakes. Like, it's how you learn. Next time he won't stand so close to the edge, so but you wouldn't learn that, and it's fine for someone to tell you that and try to help you out, but sometimes mistakes get made, and it's nice to be in a position where you recognize, okay, this is a learning opportunity, rather than oh my god, I just failed the raid, I just wiped the raid, everybody's gonna blame me because they have to pay a repair cost. It's just not worth it. It's not like that. So what I'll repeat this riddle, and I'm gonna give you a clue. Maybe just no one wants this riddle, or maybe they just haven't figured it out. So let's see here. I am made from an animal, although you nickname me after a different one. You can't eat me. You can only hold me, and once a year a festival is held in my honor. What am I? I'll give you a hint. If there are Americans in the crowd, you guys should kind of get this one. It's definitely a prevalent, like, one of those things where turkey. Hey John, how's it going? No, the answer is not turkey. Not in this case, no. And John, hope you're John is the person who I was trying to remember who was with us on New World, and I came up with a blank. But yeah, welcome to the stream, John, and hope you're having a good day. Just posed another riddle. Maybe you're just in time to solve it. John's pretty solid. He's definitely a riddle master. He has solved some of the tougher riddles here on this channel. So John, just because you just entered, I'll list this one last time. I'll read it out. I am made from an animal, although you nickname me after a different one. You can't eat me. You can only hold me. And once a year, a festival is held in my honor. What am I? A beer? No, but that would be one heck of a festival. One of my bucket list items is I do want to go to Oktoberfest in Europe and partake in that. That's kind of been, like, on my bucket list since I'm, like, of legal drinking age. So, but that would definitely be cool. But that is not the answer. Not that I'm looking for. So the clue was is Americans should know this, because it's part of your culture more than anywhere else in the world. Here's another clue. We have this in Canada as well. So in reality, once a year, we Canadians kind of hold a celebration in this object's honor as well. But our Canadian version doesn't have the same amount of participation as the American version. I got one last clue before I kind of give. Oh, I just did the cooling chamber. There you go. Okay, so what else was I going to talk about here? Yes, it's a football. Yes, Swimmer the Roo, it's football. So it is made from an animal. It's actually made from cow leather. It's nicknamed after another. It's nicknamed the pigskin. And you can't eat me. You can't eat that pigskin or the leather. You can only hold me. And once a year, a festival is held in my honor. So it's the Super Bowl or the Grey Cup for us Canadians. That is the answer. That is the answer. So let's alleviate that with another quick riddle here, and this is a quick hitter. So, shorter than my 4 siblings, but easily the strongest. Sometimes I wear a funny hat. Shorter than my 4 siblings, but easily the strongest. Sometimes I wear a funny hat. Only because the CFL is meant. Yes, it is a thumb. It is a thumb, Jay. Right on. Right on. Good answer. Although I think we had something very, very close to that in the stream in your stream just a little while ago. So, yeah. Noah, did you pop in here? Noah, I missed you. I'm so sorry. I missed you. You popped in right after John. Welcome to the stream, Noah. Hope you're having a good time, you legend. Legend of the bow. Noah is also known as Pengdir the Bowmaster in our kin. And if you haven't seen the Bowmaster video, Google the Bowmaster Returns. That's a good one. And go to the YouTube channel and check that out. If you can still breathe after watching it, then and you're a Lord of the Rings fan, then I commend you. So we should have a Dave Bautista. That's actually a good one, No Excess. I don't know if No Excess is in the stream or not, but he actually just had a good little pun. He's like, we should have a kin member in the Flatulent Flautist called Dave Flautista. And I think Manbear J may be gone offline just to roll him. So, roll the character. I don't know, we'll see. Oh boy, you never can tell what's going on. No, Beautiful Jay is back. You never can tell what's happening here in the Flautist. There's always something going on. This is actually not a bad earring. There's no vitality. I'm not going to take it. Okay, so let's, level 54. Sweetness, level up, level 54, ding, ding, ding.
Will it be enough?
Okay. What is going on? New skirmish available. That's the Forgotten Treasury. Yes. Am I able to do these last 2 things yet? That's what I'm curious about. I see some rings. Maybe it is that. I'm doing okay here. Just leveled up to level 42 not long ago. How you doing, Steely? I'm doing great, Noah. I really am. I'm having a good day. I was watching Jay's stream earlier, and that was good stuff. And it's nice to have something kind of take me through the workday, because I do work from home, and it's nice to have as a distraction, just to kind of have something. Sometimes I listen to music, but sometimes I can't. I just can't do it. I got to concentrate or whatnot. And Jay's stream is pretty good. It's kind of a. There's always moments of humor. There's moments of entertainment. I really appreciate that. So, let's see here. Ding, how? Oh, this was so nice. Let's see here. What are we doing? What are those guys doing? They must be deeding still. Must be deeding. So let's talk about something here. I was talking about some traits that I admire in people, and I made a list of 3. So the first is humility, and I think that's something. I gotta talk with Wigfast. I just have to turn that on. Then I'm going to the deepest end. Okay. So I think humility is a virtue that is particularly close to my heart, because if there's one thing, I don't know if you guys noticed this. I'm not really good at receiving compliments. I just am not. I never have been. I always just feel like You know, like they're fantastic to get, but at the same time, I'm just like, I just feel like, you know, maybe it's a self-esteem issue when from like childhood or whatnot, but I don't take compliments very well. I just feel like, you know, brushing them off. Oh, you know, and then I'll credit someone else. I'll be like, you know, hey, you know, thank you for you're really doing a good job at those kin announcements. We're growing the kin or something, right? And I'll take it, and the way I'll be is, I'll be like, oh, that's really nice to say, but I'll say it was also this, you know, it was also their hard work. It was also this, and it's true. It's true what I'm saying. You know, like it takes all kinds to get a task done and whatnot. But I really feel like that's an issue, and I think it's kind of just being part of who I am. I try to feel humble, you know, as much as I can. I am not a I definitely do not like lord anything over anyone, you know, like whether it be knowledge of something or a subject or whatnot. I am not. I'm a teacher, and maybe that kind of makes for an effective teacher, where you're passing on knowledge without pressing it on people. You know, I think that's kind of a valuable thing, and so yeah, so humility, very very near and dear to my heart. If I find someone who's humble, you know, and like, God bless them. You know, I really appreciate that trait in a person. There's another trait that's important too, and it often gets confused, and that's the trait of having pride. You know, like and I'm not talking about orientation or anything like that. Lord knows, no. I have so many friends who are you know, I celebrate Pride with every year. You know, but that's a different matter. I'm talking about being proud of what you've done, being proud of who you are, and being proud of like what you know, and your accomplishments. And pride, I find, is a difficult subject because it gets confused so often with arrogance. And you know, because people think you can't be proud of something, because if you're proud of something that you did and you share it, well, then you're kind of like holding it over them, or you're like, look at me, I did this, or, you know, like, server first, we cleaned out the Chetwood, you know, like, you know, we're better than you, sort of thing. Like, we're proud of this Chetwood, but we're also arrogant, and this Chetwood, you know, was ours, and we have the titles, and blah, 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 you know. So on a serious matter, though, but pride without arrogance, it's a reality, and it's something that's also near and dear. Be proud of what you've done. Be proud of level, like, you know, if you put the work in to level up, and I'm just going to use Lotro as an example. You put the work in and you leveled up and you gained another level. Be proud of that level. You worked hard for that level. You know, if you've accomplished something, if you've managed to get like every cool thing for your legendary weapon, and you put in grind after grind after grind, be proud of that weapon. You know, like, you earned it. You earned every second of it. If you were part of a like, if you got down a tier 3 raid, you know, like, there was an end game for this server was a tier 3 Rift of Nurzgashu raid. That was server end game for a while, and you know, like, tier 1 was easy, tier 2 still pretty easy, but once you get to tier 3, there's just a lot of variables in there that you kind of need to spec for. Like, that's one of those where you need to kind of prep for that raid. It's not as easy just to walk in and everybody just DPS. You have to be standing in a certain place. You have to make sure the tank grabs aggro. You have to keep up stun protection on the tank. You have to clear diseases from the tank. It's work. So getting that done is something definitely to be proud of. And it doesn't matter if you were server first or server 50th. You've still made the accomplishment. You've still done it, and I think that's an important thing to do. But where you got to draw the line is don't hold it over anyone. That's a difficult thing for me to hear. You know, when people are like, you know, like, I have a level 140 maxed out character with top-notch raid gear and all that, you know, and like, you know, I can't be touched. I can solo everything on this server, you know, and blah blah blah. It's like, well, good for you. You know, I know you put the work in, you know, and you had the work to get all that top-notch gear. But then when you're starting to kind of say, you know, like, I'm better than you because of it, you know, well, in order to get that gear, you had to put in a lot of time. And if you put in the time, it means you got a lot of play time. and it means that you got a lot of time to practice versus maybe some dude who's happy to do tier 3 Rift because they can only play like an hour a day, and it took them so long just to get geared up for it. You know, I'm more proud of the dude who does that than the guy who plays like 16 hours a day and, you know, like is bragging about their accomplishments that, you know, I'm such a better player, you guys don't even know your classes, etc. So let's see here. John says, just got my petrified goat dropping. There are many like it, but this one is mine. I think there's a clip about that petrified goat dropping from another stream that's near and dear to me. And I'll let you go and explore that clip under the Lotro clip section. So yeah, so pride without arrogance. Take some pride in what you do. Be proud of who you are. Be proud of what you've done. But, you know, like, be humble as well. That would be my advice. You know, and make for a better world. Maybe not as an entertaining world, but you know, because there are some people who are just so outrageous, and I think they do it on purpose. You know, just to get a rise out of other people, just to troll. But yeah, that's another thing. So what else? What else have I got on my list here? I got the flautists. I've got the flautists, but I think I've already plugged them. But I'm gonna say this too. I actually today I put out a recruitment message, and I'm a little shy about recruiting. Even when I was a kin leader before, basically I was a kin leader before, and I brought over my own gang from Gladden server. I used to play on Gladden. And kind of brought a lot of people over from there to help get a kinship started, like maybe about 8 to 10. And, you know, it worked out pretty well because then we got a lot of new people. And we really worked hard on, like, okay, guys, let's not make this a clique. You know, this is not some Gladden kinship. This is like a Dwarf Elf kinship. And, you know, we're going to welcome all these guys and basically treat them like we've been playing with them, you know, our whole time. So, but I didn't like recruiting. I didn't like that. Like, it's just hard for me because I'm, again, maybe it's a self-esteem thing, but I don't like rejection. I have a fear of rejection. And I seldom get rejected. That's the thing. And as I get older, that fear has kind of, you know, muddled in that, like, the worst they can say is no is one of my favorite things to say. You know, like, should I do this? The worst they could say is no. You know, that's kind of my advice. So, oh, I didn't even go in there to that goblin area. I wonder if I should have. Alright, well, I'll get back there. Anyway, so I don't like recruiting, but for this, and another thing too, is I was just part of another kin that I left, and I left under very good circumstances. And, you know, I have an open invitation to return, should I need to, or should I want to. So, so I don't know if it was maybe out of a little respect for them, that I didn't want to just jump right into World Chat and be like, oh yeah, you know, like, take that, old kin, you know, I'm going to recruit for my new kin. It's like, no, I'm an officer here basically because it was easier for me to where are these guys going? Stay in the light. Where are you guys going? That's so weird. Oh, I guess maybe they're running a skirmish or something. So anyway, so I was a little shy about that, and I'm also just shy, but I've been really putting work into these messages. And I feel like it's paying off. Today I put out a message, and we got 2 new kin people with it. And, you know, one guy's like, any requirements to be in your kin? And my reply was just, you know, as long as you're willing to have fun, then, you know, that's about all we ask for here. Like, just, you know, have fun first, and everything else kind of follows along. So, I mean, and then they were like, okie dokie, I can do that, you know, and they joined. And then we had another fellow, So and I always try to put some kind of different spin, although maybe I'm running out of ammunition. Yeah, and another thing is Gondaman, Gondaman got a new kin member last night. So the flatulent flautists are really growing, very, very, very nice. It's, you know, I think we've got 8 people on right now. I think we had something like 10 to 12 on earlier, so it's getting busy over here. So that's pretty cool. But I did post in World Chat. Oh, and my second part of that story is that I actually got some compliments. There was this one fellow, Sugar. Now, I saw Sugar when I... Okay, this is we're almost at raid levels already. Yeah, we are. You know, we can easily get instances done. So, Sugar basically there's a story behind sugar. So, and I have a memory of people like this too. So it kind of helps that I have this memory. But sugar, I don't know if you've heard me talk about this on stream before, but there is a lost stream. My very first stream, on the server, was lost. I rolled a brawler, and I was just going through the Shire on my brawler. Just I just felt like to heck with it. I'm gonna stream tonight, and it was my first ever stream. And I was done with the stream, and I was so happy with myself. And then I looked forward and I asked the Rose Garden, here's the story again, but I asked the Rose Garden, I said, so how come I can't see my stream? How come my stream's not on Twitch? And I said, is there time? Does it take time for Twitch to post the stream? And she's like, no, it pretty much posts like right after you're done. I said, could it be because it was the first stream? And she said, no, maybe, and whatever. And I'm looking and nothing. So I go to look, and it turns out that I didn't save the bloody stream. So my first stream is gone. It's like it never, it's like Doctor Strange, tried to erase the memory of everybody in the world from my stream because I'll never have that stream back. What the heck did I just? Oh, Goblin Slayer. So that stream is lost. But while I was doing that stream, I ran into this other player named Sugar. Sugar was a burglar, and he was in the Shire. We were doing like the same area of quest. We were in Tookland. So I saw him, and then he got to actually a point where, I think he started his own kin, and Sugar, he's the master of his own kin now anyway, and he was doing a bunch of like raid chat invites and like in looking for fellowship and on the world chat. So it's like when we were in there, we kept waving to each other and bowing and being goofy and kind of like just being sociable with each other. And it's nice to see that character now being at like, I believe he's in his mid-50s, like level mid-50s, and working his way to 60, and he's actually running stuff, seems like a pretty good guy too. So so anyway, the compliment he gave me was, that was the first kin recruitment message that I actually enjoyed. And the other comment that he's had was, if I was looking for a kin, I would definitely join yours. So those are always good things to hear, and I like that. I like that kind of compliment. That was nice. That was nice to hear. And I get, what's really weird is I don't know if it's the power of the written word, or if it's just like maybe because my friend Threnanir said that he saw my messages in World Chat. Now I never posted to World Chat before today. Today was the first time I posted. So maybe other people were getting a kick out of them. Or maybe it was Jay, I'm not really sure, but they were posting, like, they may have been posting them, in World Chat, kind of like copy and paste. But I'm getting, like, waved at and bowed to, and like all over the world, people are just like, hey, they're greeting me, and whatever. One of my kinmates actually slapped me, so that, maybe that was deserved. But anyway, all these emotes. So, that's really cool. Like it's just a cool thing that these things are building a legend, John. Building a legend. I'm still working on it. But so is everybody in the Flautists. I will say that it's just a legendary kin on a legendary server. So let's see here. I'm going through the passage. Sorry guys, I haven't been really focused much on this gameplay. I just I am playing a legendary game. Yes. I am playing a Yellow Guardian. It's my first playthrough, you believe it or not, in like 14 years where I'm playing a Yellow Guardian. I've never played one before, even before the trait changes and all that, so it's an eye-opener, and no mistake, it's actually a pretty cool class. I'm really enjoying it. And I haven't died yet. Actually, one of the things that I was going to do, here's the thing. My goal... Oh, I'm almost done with the intro. Right on, Pominator. Right on. One of the things that I was going to do is just to prove this is I was going to get to level 60. Try to get to level 60 with Undying, and haha, you scum! That rockfall got him. And then do it on stream. Like just jump off a cliff in Moria. Like go into a big band of like elites or something like that, and just get my my behind handed to me, and just so that you can all see that it was my first death. So deep descent, okay, good stuff. So, and I am playing deadly. I am playing deadly +0. So I probably could ramp it up to +1 or +2, but I mean, like, I also really enjoy deadly 0, and I find it's that sweet spot. It's just the nice deadly difficulty setting for me, because I am able to make myself good gear. That's another reason that I'm still alive. I can update my gear. I've got all my crafters done. Got my own little economy kind of in motion that I try to help out the kin with. But I would not recommend higher levels of deadly difficulty unless you have all those things. Unless you have a crafter, or you're willing to spend a little bit of Lotro points on boosting stats. That also helps, so.
These halls will be great once more.
Oh, these quests are now in the Forgotten Treasury, so we can get this done. We can actually do this in kin. I think there's enough of us now who are above level 54.
Will it be enough?
So that's cool.
Only hope that Durin's base
let's see. Puke Lores Fall. No.
Well,
I'll take the ears just because it's easily.
hear me out, friend, for I have a tale of glory to tell.
So yeah, there's that. So okay, let's look for another riddle here. Let's see. Let's look at page 2. And here's another thing. Here's some pride without arrogance, but I do have a copy, and I can link it to a Discord chat if you guys are interested in reading it. This is a paper that I wrote for film, for university film class. I had to take 6 cultural credits, and film counted as one, so I took it. So this counted as 3 of the 6, and I had to write basically, you could pick your thing, but the film class was undertitled sci-fi and fantasy. So basically, you just had to pick a sci-fi or fantasy film and write about it. Well, guess what I picked? So I picked Lord of the Rings, of course, and my essay was a compare and contrast. It was a comparative study of the concept of courage in the fantasy race of hobbits, as viewed from author J.R.R. Tolkien and director Peter Jackson, and as evidenced in The Lord of the Rings. So that was my paper. And the title that I used for it was, Why Bilbo Baggins? Perhaps because I am afraid, and he gives me courage. So that was a line out of The Hobbit. So let's see here. El Manoni. It'll be my first time playing this game. Any tips or things that you wish knew before playing? I'm a huge fan of the films. Basically, that just opens up a whole big can of worms. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the game. And that's an amazing intro. And I hope you're enjoying the stream. I would say that the first time you play through, just take everything as it comes. So as far as knowing like where to start or where to go, the starter zones kind of walk you through that. And I would recommend the thing that I would recommend most is just reading the quests. Read the quests. Read your skills, because you will get skills. This game has a bit of skill bloat, so there is a lot of skills to kind of go through. And as you level up, you get new ones. And really concentrate on those skills, like knowing what they do, figuring out what they do. And if you have questions, ask. That's my other advice. Is like, it's an MMO, but Lotro has kind of gone more along the way of the solo player. Like they've made the whole epic storyline up to, I think, volume 4 soloable. You can do it all by yourself. You don't even need other players. So that's one thing I would recommend, is just don't be afraid to ask for advice. So say, for example, if you were coming to the Treebeard server and you wanted to join the Flautists, anytime you had a question, you can pose them in kin chat. I mean, we have a lot of experienced players that like to share opinions, and hopefully no one kind of tells you what to do, but that would be my idea. And yes, Val has a really good thing too. Do you like playing ranged or melee or caster type of characters? So for melee classes, you've got classes like the Guardian, the Burglar, the Champion. The Warden is another one, although Wardens can range DPS as well. Then you've got the ranged classes like Hunter, Runekeeper, Warden, depending on how that's traded, and Minstrel. That's another one. We've also got healers, Runekeeper and Minstrel are healers. We've also got Bjornings, which actually are melee and casters. They can heal a raid, and they can... oh, there we go. I got an incoming kin member. One moment, I'm just going to make that announcement. Incoming new kinny. Okay, kinship invite. I'm rusty with this stuff. There we go. Fulminator's in. Promote. Welcome to the Band of Legends. Yes, indeed. So those are good questions too. So, but above all, I would say just kind of like smell the roses. Don't smell the rose garden. That's a whole different story. But smell the roses. Enjoy your first trip through Middle Mirth. Enjoy the scenery. Enjoy the Shire. Go to the Shire and just look around there and listen to the music and whatnot. Or Bree. Just enjoy the ride. That's it's your game. It's your dime. And make the most of it. Don't worry so much about like having to gear properly or whatever. I mean, that'll come. And if you have any questions, just go ahead and ask. So it's all good. That would be my advice. And don't smell bears' arses. Not safe. That is true, Val. That is true. So okay. So did I ask another riddle? I was supposed to. I don't think I did. This is a good one. I like this one. Okay. I don't support this message. Well, no. Sorry, dropped the pen. Okay, so here's my next riddle. Thanks for being here, guys, too. Thanks for watching the stream. We're going almost to 2 hours now, on the getting close to the 2 hour mark, and it's just flown by. So if you like what you're watching, and if you like this chat, and if you like this kind of mellow atmosphere, go ahead and hit the follow button. I'd really appreciate it. And I'd like to see you here again, so you'll be notified when I go online. So anyway, without further ado, I'll ask the riddle. So Rose Garden, I don't know if I should let you answer this one if you're still there, but a leathery snake with a stinging bite. I'll stay coiled up unless I must fight. What am I? It's kind of an easy one, but I like the word. A belt? I won't say that's not the correct answer, but I will say you're kind of on the right track. Kind of on the right track. John, smart as a whip, that man. John, congratulations. That is the answer. Whip is the answer. Well done. Well done, John. I would expect none less from you, my friend. Let's see here. What else can I do? This is good. This is good. This is a kind of a neat one, too. Okay. A natural state I'm sought by all. Go with me and you shall fall. You do me when you spend, and when you use me, when you eat to no end. What am I? This is a tricky one. I will reread this one. A natural state I'm sought by all. That's a good clue right there. Go with me and you shall fall. You do me when you spend, and you use me when you eat to no end. What am I? Money. That's a good guess, Swimmeroo. The answer is not money, or I guess a currency. But one of the lines kind of refers to money, but it's more about something that I think here. This may be too big of a clue. Maybe I'll just let it sit for a second. So I'll read it one more time. A natural state I'm sought by all. That's a good first line. Go with me and you shall fall. You do me when you spend, and you use me when you eat to no end. I wonder if that's lose me when you eat to no end. I wonder if someone misspelled that riddle. Not health. No, not quite. It's something that you can... Oh, this is a good one. This is a really good one. So I'll use this clue. It's something that you can do with your money. With money, silver, you can do it with this. And I'll leave it at that. For now. And you can also do this to actually maintain good health, I guess, it would be another clue, Jay, if you want to use that. So, okay, so what am I doing here? What am I doing? I am Silvertine Loads. Oh, this is Moria where those quests are. Yeah, these are level 56 quests. I thought they were 54. Well, poop. Okay, I think I'm going to do this. Talk to Bosi in the Chamber of the Crossroads, because it does kind of go hand in hand with this quest. Invest. No, that's not the answer. Not the answer that I'm looking for. Oh, I know what he's going to do. He's going to send me somewhere else. I'm not doing that right now. I'm not doing that. Let's go to the mining camp. I have no idea. If you have money, in the place where you store the money, you can check the answer to this riddle. I guess that would be another good clue. So bank, you're getting close. What's one thing that you can do at a bank? And here's a big clue. I will read this first line again too. It's kind of like misleading because this refers not to money but to just general life. A natural state I'm sought by all. That is a pretty cool clue. No, withdraw. Okay, so you got John. You're dancing all around it, buddy. What happens to your what do you basically check after you deposit or after you make a withdrawal? That's a natural state that's sought by all in all aspects of life. Yes, the answer is balance. That was a cool one. I'm not gonna lie, that was a good riddle. Had a lot of good responses, and it was. So I do apologize. These are not my own compositions. They're something that I did. Yeah, I did. But
If it were not for the prospect of finding me,
but I feel so. Part of the reason why I did that is because I kind of felt like the question itself was kind of a dupe. You know, like maybe there was some misspellings in there. Again, I'm not. I didn't make these up. I'm just kind of reading from a big long list here. So. All right, there's some good ones on this, so we'll give it a second so I can figure out what the heck I'm doing here. Let's see here. There's Treebeard. There's my old kin leader right there. I don't know what they're doing. Are they dead? Oh no, he died. Oh no, that's awful. I can't revive him. I'm not a high elf. Damn. So let's see here. I have to do this. Oh, the gears. Okay. All right, down we go. Maybe I should scout the dead end passages. All right. So, hope everybody's having a good time. Hopefully everybody's off to a good evening or early morning hours, you know, with this stream. And everybody's enjoying these riddles and conversations. Trying to think. I don't know if I had anything else that I wanted to talk about. I impromptu broke out my old essay. And once again, if that's something that interests you, that essay, I can paste it to a Discord channel if we get one. So it's one thing that we're kind of working on right now. Honestly, a natural occurrence happens every day. If you did not do it, you will pay. What am I? Well, Jay, I think you had this natural occurrence a little earlier, near the beginning of this stream. If this is where this is going. Let's see here. Swimmeroo was, I think, around when you were talking about this natural occurrence. So, yes, it is. Oh boy! All right. So I will say a bowel movement. That will be my politically correct answer. My significant other, Basila, refers to these at her workplace as BMs. She works in a home where she has to kind of clean up after these BMs. So we kind of joke about, you know, when you're in the flautist, we kind of joke about going into an area and you know, wiping arse, like, you know, and like you know, we don't just kick it, we wipe it, you know, we line those orcs up in a row and we wipe everybody and clean up. We're cleaning up the area, clean up the Chetwood, we clean up every area. So but for a couple of us, I think Rake's significant other as well, his wife, I believe she works in the same profession, and he was telling us, I think either Rake or Gondaman, that basically they do the same thing. So it's kind of a funny thing. But yeah, she refers to it as a BM. So Jay, the answer is bowel movement. Yes, yes indeed. Oh hell yes. All right, so there's one sign. Where's the other sign? There's another sign. I can't believe these guys, are they still going? No, they're finally done. So Peng and who was with Peng? No Excess and Peng along with Dollar were doing these deeds. And like we did Slayer deeds in the yep, Peng is me. Noah, yep. So they were doing Slayer deeds in the Troll Shaws today. And I'm kind of sorry that I wasn't able to make it, because I do need deeds still in that Troll Shaws. But if someone wants to go in there for crafting mats, I'm more than happy to go in and, you know, slay some giants, do some deeds. But man, you guys put in overtime. Like you guys were doing it until just recently, and then I think you did an instance or something like that. But man, that's dedication. I think they were at those deeds for like at least 2 hours. So that was a cool thing to have the kin come together and do. So playing here on this Yellow Guardian, and I haven't learned a new skill in some time. I'm not sure if I'm actually going to get another skill on this fellow before level 60 when I reach cap. So I do remember that after level 60, what happens is, instead of getting new skills, they start to give you improved skills. Like improved sting does something extra, improved stagger. I don't even know if those are the actual skills, but I think it's improved something, and they usually add something to your existing skill. So I guess that's what they were doing to kind of manage that skill bloat that I was talking about earlier, because it is an issue. I mean, if you look at my bar, like I'm kind of a little OCD in how I set up my bars here. I will make a confession, and this is pretty awesome. I will open up my inventory. Holy crap, I have a lot of stuff in there. Okay, so let me just kind of wipe it clean here. Holy smoke, look at all this stuff. Okay, so you can see in my inventory that, like, my bags here, there's a bunch of crap here, and then this is where I keep all my good stuff. It's all on this side, okay? So this is the first time I use the auto-organize sorting procedure for this game. This is the first character ever where I've used it. So I don't know if I'm going to convert. Hey, there he is. There's Patine. Patine O'Bowen, welcome to the stream, buddy. Hope you're having a good day. I'm not sure if you had some of the day off, but welcome aboard. And thanks for giving me the pleasure of your time. So how are you? I'm actually doing much better. Like, I'm a little stuffed up every now and then. It kind of hits me, but I think that's just a normal thing with this in the area. Like being in Canada and cold outside and the heat is on and it's dry. You know, you can't really combat that. But I am like basically 100% over the COVID. Feeling great, feeling energetic. You know, it's all good. Back to working. So there's no more skipping out on any work. I have to do the laundry, and I have to do some of these cleanings and whatever. No Excess has followed. Yes, there's my friend. There is so my friend No Excess is also a member of the Flautist. And yeah, and thank you for asking that, Patine. I appreciate that. You know, so my friend No Excess, who just followed, thank you very much for that follow, No Excess. I made him some gear today, and so in Lotro, when you do some crafting, if you're just crafting regular gear without using anything other than like a crit ingredient and you actually crit on it, you can name it, I believe, from the artisan tier up. I don't know if you can name stuff in the expert tier, but I'm not sure. But anyway, the artisan tier up. Oh boy, that guy was late. So I named his clothing worn by a legend. All of his gear was worn by a legend, and I think the next time I make gear for any folks in our kin, I like to do that little personal thing, you know, and add a little bit of compliment, or add a little bit of you know, like, yeah, you know, like this was made by a kinney, you know, and helping out a kinney. That's and the the psychotic bow of Peng, that's definitely on the list. Yeah, so it's a little bit of fun for me as a crafter. But thanks for the follow. Thanks for the follow, No Excess. That is very much appreciated. So let's see here. Can you rename the new ally? I did. My sword right here is called the Legend of Steely Dad. Yes, indeed, the Legend of Steely Dad. And my belt is called Steely's Belt. So you can name them whenever you reforge them. Basically, I think in the very first quest that you get, like when you do the quest to get the legendary weapon at the outskirts of Moria, you can get them, and then you have to go to the Forge Master. It tells you go to the Forge Master to, you know, reforge your weapon. It really does nothing. You can get reforges at level 51 and 56, and then it just elevates your DPS to like basically level 55 and 60. Those limits, but then you can name them. You can name them at that stage. So Gondo has gone offline. Rurian has come online. Rurian, the level 15 minstrel, is putting in the work. And we've got Pulminator. He's on the stream. He is playing some Lotro. Just joined our kinship. So yeah, it's been a good day. Been a good day for Lotro. Been a good day for me. And I hope all of you have had really good days as well. So there's one more thing I want to talk about. Bob Ross. Yes, Bob Ross, the painter. So I will tell you this. I'm dating myself here, but this is kind of a new. I'm not. And Bob Ross, God rest his soul. He's passed on and whatnot. But I recently discovered on Twitch that the Bob Ross Foundation, I believe, has their own Twitch channel where you can watch the Psychotic Bow of Ping Deer. So you can watch Bob Ross's old Joy of Painting shows. I truly enjoyed those as a child. I did. I'd sit there on my, couch or living room floor or whatever, and it was a great way for the parents to get stuff done without me being underfoot, is just find Joy of Painting, put it on. But there's a Bob Ross channel on Twitch. And on the weekends, so found this out, 24 hours, or a marathon. They marathon it on the weekend. They play all kinds of old episodes. Definitely a treat. Swimmeroo and I were chatting on Discord, and he stumbled across it, and he's like, "Dad, there's definitely there's a Bob Ross channel. You need to check it out." And I did, and I'm so glad I did. So I thought, that's just it's an irony because he's on Twitch, and I honestly do feel sometimes that this is very much like an interactive Joy of Painting. Like it's a pretty laid back stream. Try to focus on the fun. Try to maybe pass on a little bit of knowledge, share a little bit of expertise that may help other players, and that's kind of like a Bob Ross experience there. So my brother and I used to watch him. He would start a painting and we'd say, "There's no way this is going to turn out good," and he would make something cool. Yeah, and his channel points are neat too on that channel because they gamble, like they're like, 50% chance that there's going to be a little cabin in the woods, or that they're going to be, and that there's going to be a little house in the background or something, or, and of course he's going to have the mountains and the little trees and the rivers, and, and sometimes he just does this thing. He's like, I think it's like, he calls it's bravery time. And he just takes his brush and just goes, scrapes it across his painting. And, like, no, how is this going to work? And then he just turns it into something amazing. Like, I am not an artist. That is a confession I will make. My art skills are basically at like an adolescent level, like a kind of a piss poor adolescent level. Like they're really unrefined. I'm just gonna put it that way. So I can't think like that. I just can't. It's just not in who I am. I'm more of a, I guess, a left-brained literal person. I also struggle with math, or I did. So maybe it all has to do the same way, but man, I totally appreciate art. I do. This painting back here that you can see on the wall, this was a Swimmeroo original. This is a painting by my son, and I think he was inspired by Bob Ross. I think he mentioned that that he tried to get everything in there, and it's kind of my favorite piece of art, and not just because he's my son, but I just like that. I just like those paintings that just start off as like, oh my, it's just like a blank canvas, and then it, okay, I see mountains, but then he puts in depth, and all of a sudden it's like you can see it. It's amazing. So it's really amazing, and it is. It's a great painting, Mayberry J. I really like it. Look forward to maybe some more in the future. Some more arting with the Swimmeroo. I missed the gear. Where did I miss a gear? So, let's see here. Where is this gear? Where is this gear? Where's my water? Ah. Alright. It is dry. It is dry. I must go through. Swim is an amazing painter and drawer. I also have an original drawing style. Yeah. Yes, Rose Garden. He knows how to treat his family members, that's for sure. That's for sure. So, let's see here. Was there anything else that I wanted to cover? I like having these ideas next to me to cover in stream. Oh, you know what? I'll throw this out there. I know I'm kind of playing Lotro, and I'm gonna make this quick because I know if you're watching this channel, as my friend's dad used to tell my friend and I, he was an immigrant from the UK, from the Liverpool area. He referred to himself as a Scouser, and he used to tell us, yeah, you too, getting ready for a night on the town, eh? Yeah, you've got faces made for radio, you do. And he'd make those little comments like, little digs, he'd like to poke fun at us, and he's a great guy. But anyway, so it's not just for the face made for radio, it's because you enjoy the game, it's because you'll enjoy Lord of the Rings, and I appreciate that. But I'm going to just talk for a couple seconds about New World. Yeah, he was good. He was a creative guy. I didn't pick up a follow-up quest here. So New World is a game that so I'm a Lotro purist, man. Like, I've been playing this game for 14 years, and as far as MMOs go, I've rarely felt the pull, to try something new. Star Wars: The Old Republic came out, okay. Other MMOs, alright. I'm not really an MMO fan, so much as I'm a Lord of the Rings who found this MMO. But I've been playing New World, and maybe it's just because of the people that I'm playing with too. But I actually really enjoy it. It's a sandbox MMO. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I will say that. And I'm gonna kind of preemptively say that. Okay. So a lot of people have this controversial opinion of the game already, and it's like, oh, there's exploits, oh, there's problems, there's this, there's that, and it's like, I don't play games for that. I don't play games to figure out, what end game exploits are, or maybe it's because I'm not an MMO player. I'm more of a, like, I play this game as if it's a world I can escape to rather than an MMO. So, but I will tell you, just as a player looking for fun. That's a fun game. That's a truly fun game. I love the crafting system. Love the fishing. It's got the most fun. Hey, Pimp Kush. Hey, welcome back. Welcome back. What is this? 2002. And yeah, it's just pure fun, and like the crafting system is awesome. You know, it's you basically do a bunch of. There's 3 ways to level. There are main storylines, and then there are kind of side quests. So you can do those. And well, there's actually 5 main ways to level, I guess. Then you've got like different factions for different areas of the game that are player controlled, by the way. So there's potential for all out warfare. So there's PvP at the end game, level 60. But your actions can affect the town, you know, by doing missions on the board. You can also join a faction. There are 3 factions on the game, and the faction is what controls the regions. So depending on which faction you join, you may get benefits, you know, from owning a region. That's a little bit further along in the game, but you can do missions for them as well, and you get XP for doing those. Then you can get XP just from crafting. Let's see here. What is going on? I missed the hello again, Dad. My adopted son, Pimp Kush. I mean, boss. Oh yeah, boss. Don't you dare miss that. Hey, Pimp Meister. And then Gondaman. Hi, Mr. Streamer and Flautist. Hi, Gondaman, you legend. Welcome back. Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to. I don't know if are you logged? You are. I thought you were logged in. Yes, you are. You're on Rory, and I called you out earlier. Yep. All right. So anyway, so New World. So I was the reason I'm kind of fresh on it is I'm describing it to my cousin, and this morning, and because he was like, I see you're playing New World, and you know he's kind of like, he's a streamer, but he's also a gamer. He plays a lot of League of Legends, which is basically, you know, it could be our kin nickname as well, you know. But while he's playing that, you know, like, he talks, and he's got a bunch of gamer people, and they all have their opinion, and they're all kind of repeating what they've heard on YouTube, and, you know, stuff like that. So so I would say, if you're looking for a game that you just want to pick up, and it's an MMO that you don't have to pay a subscription for, it's just a one-time buy. I mean, you pay the money, you own the game, that's it. You never have to pay another penny, except for, I don't know if they have, like, you know, microtransactions, or if expansions are going to come out, we might have to dole out a little bit more. But you pay it, you own it, and that's it. It's yours. And it's a lot of fun. It really is a lot of fun, and we're having some fun over there. We're a very small group. I think we're about 5 or 6 in the kinship, or what they call them, companies over there. So but yeah, a lot of fun stuff. Let's see, so what do we got here? We got, look at all the legends. We got Gondaman, we got Billy. You know, I have a great time over on New World. I do too. I really do. And it's a nice kind of change of pace from Lotro. Although I will say, ooh, I just completed a deed. That's not what I was going to say. Oh, I have another trade point. Where's this going to go? Right here. Oh, bloody hell. Somebody's beating on me here. Let's see. Yeah, it's a nice change of pace from Lotro, although I will say that as I'm adventuring in Lotro, I pass by rock formations and such, and I'm like, I want to mine them, because you can mine them, and they look very similar in New World than to Lord of the Rings Online. So it's kind of an illusion. I was telling a friend last night that I was adventuring in the what's the area before Moria? Eregion region, and I see these ore things, like, well, there's these, and I just passed one in Moria. That's what made me think of New World. Not sure where it was, but there's like a pile of ore, and it really does make me want to just, oh, I just found some iron right here, I think, something like this. Found some iron, so you just pull out the old pickaxe and start mining that iron. So it's pretty cool. Already left Kins on overnight. Retro ready for future flautists. Wow, good stuff. Good stuff going on here. So hopefully everybody's enjoying the stream. We haven't had a riddle. I'm going to read one out now. Haven't had one for a while, so let's get a couple more in before the end. Let's see here. This is a good one. I like this one. Okay. With my pair I should be, but I am usually alone, you see. For a monster always eats me. Do you know what I must be? This is a metaphor, by the way. With my pair I should be, but I am usually alone, you see. For a monster always eats me. And do you know what I must be? So, that is the latest riddle. That's the latest riddle, folks. Who's gonna get that riddle? Who's gonna be the first? A banana. Bananas don't really come in pairs. And I wouldn't consider myself a monster just because I like bananas. So anyone from Flawless having to start from scratch on Evernight for future can make a character there and send me your name on here. Happy to hook you up with golden gear. Well, that's a really nice thing to say, Pimp. Thank you very much for that offer. And maybe some folks will take you up on it. We'll see. I might be one of them. And I shall stand as one of them. So here we're collecting luminous goop. So this is, if it seems like you've seen this before on the stream, it's probably because you did. This was kind of very similar. I was thinking monkey. Nope, not monkey, not banana, but I will read it out again. I think there's a couple of keys to this one. The first one is the description about pair. A pair of these. So let's see here. Where are we? With my pair I should be, but I am usually alone, you see, for a monster always eats me. Do you know what I must be? It's kind of it's a little bit of a fun riddle. It's not entirely accurate, but it's just kind of like... The Guardian gameplay is, will it really want to make you level 1? Yeah, I gotta tell you, like I said, I haven't mained a guard for forever. It's probably since about 2015. Glad to be an inspiration. My adopted son, Pimp Kush, in the game. I apparently had, well, I guess adopted would mean that, you know, there was kind of a relations-free acquisition. But he is a Bjorning, so he's a half man, half bear. So maybe he's kind of one of Jay's kind of adventures in Middle-earth that was, you know, possibly abandoned. And he's found a home with me, that's for sure. Okay, so a clue to that riddle would be what comes in pairs but often gets separated after being eaten by a machine. I think I gave away way too much. I'm going to have to post another riddle. That was kind of like the... Socks. Yes, Billy, socks it is. I gave away... I didn't mean to say machine. I meant to say monster. Did you? And then... No. That's not me. You are a child of my adoption, Pimp. I will say no more. I will say no more about what I may know about your parentage. Your actual parentage. But it doesn't matter where you came from. You found a home. So let's see here. I think I got all the luminous goop. Yeah. Alright, so let's get the ore. So, let's see here. Let's ask another one, right? Oh, this is a good one. This is a good one. This is one of my favorite ones. Okay. What can an elephant and a shrimp both be? What can an elephant and a shrimp both be? This was cute. I actually laughed out loud the first time I read that. I never heard this either. Like all my years of growing up or whatever. It's kind of like one of those riddles that... no, not shriveled. That is not the answer. No, Jay. Sorry, not what I'm looking for. Bzzz, wrong answer. First strike. Like Family Feud. Dead. I guess technically almost anything that was living could be considered dead. But no, that's not the answer. No elephants or shrimps inside you, Pimp Kush. I'm really... oh boy. There's a little bit of a bear, but let's leave it at that. So, let's see, did I get all the ore? No, I have to go back down. Let's have an answer. Anybody have an answer for that one? What can an elephant and a shrimp both be? You know who really gets upset when you call him Dad? Yes, John. John, you know, you come in clutch all the time, buddy. All the time. I am totally impressed. And you've answered some riddles so darn quick. I know you're, like, there was one riddle and you couldn't possibly have, like, typed it into Google. That's another thing. These riddles, guys, we're on our honor here on on our stream, so no Googling, never. Don't Google those answers. I'd rather you just didn't know and find out from someone else's guess. Nice Google search. No, so that's, you know, that's legit. And John, you've got my admiration. You are truly a riddle master. I am impressed. So shrimp, or shrimp and elephant is, but they're both jumbo. They're both jumbo, so. I'm going to leave you with this one. Well, not leave you permanently, but I'm going to leave you ponder this one. This one is rough, okay? You want those categories of riddles? Well, this one is rough. So put on your thinking caps and see if you can get this one. What is given but kept by the giver? What is given but kept by the giver? I have a great clue for this one too if you guys can't come up with the answer, but think about that one. What is given but kept by the giver? I think John has answered so many riddles that it's impossible to say that he... I appreciate that. No, not respect, not a smile, not love. Although, thanks for the chats. Well, no excess, thanks for the sub. Mechanical Sound, thank you very much for that answer, and welcome to the chat. Always great to see new people in chat, especially if you're guessing the riddle answers. So that's fantastic. Thank you for trying. But it is not that answer. That's not what I'm looking for. What is given but is kept by the giver? I'm gonna let you guys smoke this over because this is rough. But it's a good riddle. An apology? No, not an apology, John. Not this time. Oh, someone's here, I hear. Interstellar! I'll wave to them. She's got her archer along with her. That's pretty cool. That's another thing you can do in Lotro that's kind of undone, guys. Is you can venture, if you're playing Deadly, you can venture around the landscape with your skirmish soldier now. So now that Moria came out, we all have skirmish soldiers. And if you have the item, either you get it from... I've gotten quite a few from gift boxes, Matham gift boxes. You can break out... my parents. Yeah, given but is kept by the... Well, let's just... by the way, Pimp, this is a PG... this is a PG channel, my friend, so my son. So just try to keep it on the PG, but yeah, well, I mean, what you do is your business, you know. So you know, but it's not the answer I'm looking for, my friend. That's all I'm trying to say. So Mechanical Sound, I will accept that. The answer is birth, and life. Basically, when a person gives birth, when a person gives life. They keep what they gave, so they keep what they birthed. At least like in the immediate situation. So, yeah. So great. That is fantastic. Congrats on getting that one, Mechanical Sound. That is great. That's a great and welcome again to the stream. So what time are we getting to here? We're getting to around the 7:30 mark, eh? You know, I was really looking forward to getting to level 55 so I could show you guys the, I mean, a lot of you have already seen it, but I began the stream, just if you want to go back and check it out on Twitch or later on YouTube. I began the stream with instances. I was doing the little instances in the Dolven View in Moria where you could acquire... items for your legendary weapons. You can actually farm them for traceries and also for enhancement runes. I'm a big Lord of the Rings fan, but never played this game. Last game I played was BFME. Oh, Battle for Middle Earth 2. Ah, okay. Okay. You know, that's a kind of an odd thing about me is and I will say that I have never played I haven't played too many other Lord of the Rings inspired games. Maybe it's because MMOs are just so time consuming, and I never really gave myself a chance to get into anything. But you know, Manbear J was talking about streaming like some console Lord of the Rings, and I would love to see it. I would love to see the gameplay and see if it would inspire me to play. I have not played any Lord of the Rings games on consoles or other mediums. Like I'm not talking about I played a little bit of the old games for the PlayStation 2, so let's see here. Curious how deep the lore gets in this game. I see the content referenced a lot in the wikis. The lore in this game is what sets it apart from any other game. And it was said earlier today, I think I heard, and the Lego ones, that's for sure. I played Lego The Hobbit, beat and Lord of the Rings for the PS3, and Lego The Hobbit for PS4. But I will say that this game takes place entirely either in the pathway of the Fellowship, or you're helping the Fellowship, or you're in the background of something. And thank you for that follow, Mechanical Sound. Thank you, and welcome to the stream. And hopefully you come back and join us for some more riddles and talk. But it is amazing. I will tell you this. This is kind of my favorite point of reference for this. Is there's a quest in Lord of the Rings where, you know, when Aragorn is in Rivendell and he finds the broken sword, you can go movie or book here for whichever reference, but he has the broken sword, and Elrond, in the movies, Elrond reforges it like in the Return of the King. In the book, he reforges it while the Fellowship are still in Rivendell, and Aragorn leaves with the sword from Rivendell. In this game, the sword, you do a backstory, and the sword is missing something. It's missing something that gives it that glow. And the item is called a Silithar. And the Silithar is in an instance in Ivindim, basically where the old kings all lay. And there used to be, I guess, a multitude of Silithar that were used to imbue their weapons. But then they're looking for the last one for Aragorn's sword. So you go through this instance, and in the end, like once you beat the creature and you recover the Silithar, you go to Rivendell and you witness the forging ceremony. You actually see the smith pound it out and then give it to Elrond, and then Elrond gives it to Aragorn. Gandalf's there, Bilbo, Frodo, the whole gang. It's really a wonderful moment in the game. It's got to be one of the best things that this game has, as far as like, man, I'm there. I'm helping these guys out. I'm part of the Middle-earth history. So I would say that like the lore is amazing. The research team, like the team of devs, has also a research team of Tolkien experts that they consult. They consult for like the formations, I guess the ways of the Rohirrim, the lay of the land, what was where, what traditions, what they should talk about. And it's based not on the movies, though. I will say that it is based entirely on the books. Resistance and block. Oh, I like that block rating. I'll take that. So they got the license from the books, but I think they were inspired by Peter Jackson's movies, some of them. So that was kind of a cool thing. And I didn't see it. I heard it on your channel, Manbear J. They're apparently making an anime based on the Rohirrim, which is amazing. Because cartoons say what humans cannot, so I was born in 97, and my in real life dad is a big Tolkien nut, so it's been ingrained into me since birth. That's kind of funny, Pimp Kush, because basically my son, Swimmer the Roo, he is, he's 15, and he, I've never kind of pushed, he knows how much I love Tolkien and how much I love the game. And, the poor kid had to sacrifice a lot of dad time when I was a kid or when he was really small, because I was doing some kind of raid or something in game, But I never really pushed, here he is. There's my man, Rake. Rake, welcome to the stream, my friend. Thank you for joining. So Swimmeroo, I never really pushed it on him, but he's starting to now. He's old enough to want to get into it himself. Hi, so GS Rulas. Hi, Steely Dad. Would you recommend Legendary Server for someone who just wants to enjoy the journey, exploration, and all that? I was worried about population at low levels if I stop now. This is the perfect server for you. So it's honestly, this server, the Treebeard server, it's called Treebeard because the motto is "Don't be hasty." You gain experience at a reduced rate, so it's meant for you to enjoy the ride, to explore, to journey through Middle Earth. Take your time, do all the quests, because you pretty much need to do all the quests in order to level up, because of the 40% XP bonus. So I would highly recommend this legendary server. The cap just went up too. Here's another thing. If you're worried about, it's a population at low levels, there's a healthy population at low levels. A lot of people have now reached the cap too, and they're rolling alts. And there's a lot of new people. There's a lot of new people to this game, so that's heartwarming. But I will honestly say too, it's a great place to go. And El Manoni has subscribed. Thank you very much, El Manoni. I really appreciate that. That's awesome. Yeah, so there's some definite recommendations. Plus, we have a cool kin, and if you want a cool kin, you're and thank you for the follow, GS Rulas. Thank you very much for that follow. I appreciate that. So Val, let's see here. Talk to chat. Tolkien lore hits me because it has links to Finnish mythology. So I will tell you, Val, you said I dated a Finnish girl, and tell me if I'm getting this right because I haven't said it in a long time. I'll break out the Finn. So if I'm telling this girl, Sinulla on kaunit siniset silamat, I believe I'm complimenting her on her beautiful blue eyes. I think, did I get that right? Did that come out correct? I haven't broken out that language in years. Sinulla on kaunit siniset silamat. Yep, that's what I told her. I think it's supposed to mean you have beautiful blue eyes or something like that. So that was back in my younger days. Yeah, beautiful blue eyes. Yes, I still got it. And I know like kitos and kipis and like quick expressions. But yes, I do like the mythology and the inspiration for Tolkien behind it too. So there's something my son never knew about me, that I can speak a little Finnish. That's pretty cool. So nerd, yep. Need a life, nerd, yep. So good stuff, guys. I gotta say, I'm having a really good time. This has been a great stream. In this game, are there events or map locations referenced prior to the Third Age? There's the trick. Okay, it's a tightrope. Okay, Helgir and me are Finnish drunks. Oh, awesome! So you keep this a lot, right? I believe that's cheers. And kitos is, I think, goodbye or hello or greetings or something to that effect. Anyway, so there's the tightrope mechanical sound. But they're very few and far between. They mention Morgoth. Thank you is kitos. Okay. See, I learned the proper things to learn. You have beautiful blue eyes, cheers, and thank you. That's all you need to know, really, to get along in any society. At least with the opposite sex. So, anyway, so they also reference like Argaleb, one of the kings or the chieftain of the Dunedain. There are a few other references here and there back to the Second Age and the First Age. But they don't have the license. That's the trick. They only have the license to the material from the Lord of the Rings series. They don't have the license for the Silmarillion. I think The Hobbit is also licensed by Lord of the Rings Online. I think they've acquired the license from the Tolkien estate for those two books or those two series, but not for any events from the Silmarillion or the History of Middle-earth series. So you'll find an item every once in a while that's kind of funny. It's like, sort of, whatever. And it's like, this blade was a lesser blade forged in the time of Gondolin in its forges by, one of the smiths of that city. So Gondolin is like, an ancient elven city that doesn't, so you find those Easter egg references here and there, but they can't come out and just say, like, this they can't basically go into instances or areas that are pre-Third Age. So that's kind of their rule of thumb. So anyway, guys, this is fantastic. This is such fantastic conversation. I really hate to do it, but I do have to go. My significant other Basila is coming home soon, and I have a couple things to do to get ready. It's 2.5 hours into the stream as well. My streams are normally between about an hour and 45 minutes and 2.5. So this is a great stream. This has been a really good time. Now let's have a look around and see if we can find someone to raid. I wonder if Sloth is still online here. I'm gonna play you some good music, and I'm gonna play one especially for Man Bear J just to get it stuck in his head. 1 second here. Let's see. who is on? I don't know if my Rose Garden mod is still around, if she's back from cooking dinner. I don't have anybody. I don't have anybody here. Let me see here. Oh, this fellow here was in my new. So let me see here. What happens? Let's see here.
Uncover a new kind.
Let's see if I can do this. I'm still very much a noob here, guys. So just bear that in mind. So okay, so let's see here. Bye, Steely. All these people saying goodbye. Oh, you know what, guys? Thanks, everyone. Thanks, everyone, for joining the stream. I really appreciate it. Tonight was awesome. And you know, I'm really looking forward to future streams. I'm going to try to stream at least every Monday and Thursday. Possibly another day, maybe Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and maybe a stream every now and again on the weekend. But I want you to be able to count on me to be here like Monday nights and Thursday nights. Those, I think, will be the main two nights for this stream. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for the compliments, you know, and United No Excess. Thanks, everybody, for following. If you haven't followed yet, go ahead and hit that button, too. I want to see you back here and join us on a future night. So without any further ado, I'm going to see if I can find that song for Jay, and we'll see you next time, or in the game. Cheers.